Sony Pictures facing intense pressure during the busy holiday season, pulling the plug on a movie which North Korea has called an act of war. The studio putting the film back on the shelf, saying it has no plans to release it, even online. Fox team coverage this hour. Brett Baer on the political fallout now, but we begin with Chief Intelligence Correspondent Catherine Herridge. And Catherine, how devastating was the initial cyber attack?
Well, Bill, good morning. The Sony Pictures hack is deeply worrying to the U.S. intelligence community because it's believed to be the first time destructive malware has targeted a firm inside the U.S., and it's similar to the physically destructive attacks on Iran's nuclear program with Stuxnet and the attack on Saudi Aramco, where 30,000 computers were affected. Fox News is told that the malware has two destructive threats. It overwrites data and it interrupts execution processes, such as a computer's startup function. The FBI warns the malware can be so destructive that the data is not recoverable or it is too costly a process to retrieve. Now, the lion's share of the evidence points this morning to the North Korean dictator and his proxies using a secretive unit to launch the final stage of the cyber attack outside North Korea's borders, creating this thin veneer of plausible deniability. While administration officials are privately blaming North Korea, they have also issued a statement through the National Security Council, but it's thin on detail and with no public attribution to North Korea specifically, Bill.
Are there any good options to respond, Catherine?
Well, the short answer is no. This is a new phase of warfare, and in recent testimony, the head of the NSA said the U.S. and the international community must develop a kind of rules of the road, and for the first time, he stated publicly that China and other nations, and you can read between the lines, North Korea, already have the capacity to shut down the U.S. power grid.
This is something real that is impacting our nation and those of our allies and friends every day. And it is doing it in a meaningful way that is literally costing us hundreds of billions of dollars, that is leading to a reduced sense of security, and that has the potential to lead to some truly significant, almost catastrophic failures if we don't take action.
U.S. intelligence officials will tell you privately that the problem with North Korea is what they call it an irrational actor, which means that if there is a response from the U.S., the response from North Korea is totally unpredictable, Bill.
Catherine Herridge, thank you in Washington there.